Good, uh, good afternoon, everybody. Very good to have you back. And today's topic of discussion is a very relevant one. Today, we are going to be talking about the slew of GST reforms that the government has announced and the impact that it could sort of have on the economy. Over the last few years, actually, about last 8 years, different rates, different circulars about rates related to GST, different items, statements made about those items by the Honorable Finance Minister, those kind of things were getting very difficult to keep track of. And the compliance burden became very heavy on the both the small and medium businesses and then eventually the end level consumers also, because any kind of economic burden will eventually sort of fall on the consumers. So this whole exercise of keeping track with GST rates was getting very complex, and I think the government is right to now of announce these reforms. My first reaction was that I thought better late than never, but to their credit, at least the government was cognizant of these criticisms that were probably coming. We'll get your introductory thoughts, Jay, then maybe try to discuss these issues in a little bit of detail. So, what are your thoughts, Jay?
भाई मेरे को सिर्फ और सिर्फ नाना पाटेकर की एक मूवी याद आती है
कौन सी मूवी?
अब तक 56। पता है क्यों?
क्यों?
क्योंकि दिस वाज द 56th जीएसटी काउंसिल। It's after 56 GST council meetings that there has been some type of reform to the GST measures that were introduced on the 1st of July, if I'm not wrong, 2017, in order to simplify the indirect tax regime of the country. Having said that, the first regime had four different slabs for five different
It had
slabs.
5 different slabs, which
Five,
is
five,
what
to-
made
five
it
different
all the
slabs.
more complex, right?
Five different slabs. There was a 5% slab. There
Yeah.
was a 12% slab, 28% slab, and what was the fifth slab?
Zero. It started with
Zero.
zero.
Huh.
There
So
was some zero also.
yeah. So that's what I meant. Like inclusive of zero, it was five. Otherwise, there were four slabs, which were actually putting any type of charge on the goods that we're talking about. So now we have three slabs, four, which starts from zero. So there is 5%, there is 18%,
18%.
and then there is
And then
finally
there's
40%,
which is the
which is for luxury goods,
and all of that,
like
yeah.
luxury cars and all of that. So this is the new regime that has come into existence, and people are saying that for a lot of FMCG goods, it is a very very welcome change, and it would be a lot more cheaper for people to consume these goods. And given that we are approaching a festival season, Dhanteras is on the horizon. There
I
is
mean, the
Chhat
entire
Puja for Biharis.
Diwali,
There's so many other things. Diwali is also coming.
Diwali,
So
Dandiya, all of
this
that.
whole season, I think the consumption of the Indian economy is going to go up. Now, I want us to go back to our previous episode where we were talking about Trump and his tariffs. You had interestingly mentioned that the GST reforms were very, very close. And the reason why we talked about that is because the overall GDP of a country also encapsulates the net exports, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So the
So,
net exports after this tariff imposition on India would have definitely taken a beating. So in order to balance that out in the wider GDP spectrum, the consumption has been increased. So by
yeah.
introducing these GST reforms.
Yeah, you make a very valid point, Jay. Anybody who studied class 12th economics also understands the simple macroeconomic identity of, consumption, investment, government expenditure, and net exports, which adds up to your entire GDP, income, output, employment, those things. So the attempt was to counterbalance the loss of net exports, I think, with a with an increment in consumption and an increment which in investment which will also happen, because once the consumption environment becomes better, your investment appetite also increases. So these things are related, like most economic variables are related to each other. So very good point you are raising, Jay. I don't think anybody in the government has outwardly said that the attempt of the GST reforms is to cushion the government against tariff impositions, but it could have definitely played a part. Now, I also think that despite Trump and the tariff threats, which have been ongoing, say, in a very extreme fashion, say, for the last few months, the GST burden was increasing a lot, even without it. So we have had another discussion where we spoke about litigation costs for businesses, Jay, and litigation costs for small and medium enterprises, especially litigation costs even for consumers, and that was having a very negative impact on our economy. So a lot of money was just sort of stuck in the disputes that arise due to the compliance burden of GST. So when GST burden will be eased, a lot of, say, locked potential will be released in the economy. So that is also one important thing to factor in when we discuss the impact of these GST reforms on our economy. Like simple thing as, for example, health insurance has been moved from to the 0% rate now. So
Yeah, so for a
that
insurance premium, you don't have to pay any
yeah,
GST.
yeah, and that automatically improves the health and financial security of a country. And you are likely to invest in a country where health and financial security is higher. You know, the simple things like that. Construction and real estate is a major sector in India. So much money is moved through development of land parcels, builder floors are built, and all of that. Cement GSTs have been rationalized in this. So there are many, like these are just two examples of many areas where GST will be simplified, which is not just likely to have a positive impact on, quarterly growth rates. When you say that I forecast this much percent growth, this much percent growth, that is a that is just a nominal figure. The average person does not know how it will improve his life, but this is likely to, really have an impact on the person's wallet in a good way. That's when you know an economic policy or a government's economics is popular or unpopular. It's purely based on taxation decisions. I'll just end this point with saying, see, before GST regime, which was implemented on 1st July 2017, our prior regime was full of different state government VATs, and the assertion by the government was that these state to state variation in taxes can cause lot of complexity in investment. So when we were attempting to replace a system which was very complex, then why replace it with a system which became even more complex? It was achieving the opposite of what it was supposed to achieve. That's why GST reforms were required. They should have been done a lot longer ago, but better late than never. Now that they have been achieved, I don't want to spend my time cribbing, and I think the government was right to do this. Jai.
What do you think are the cons of these reforms? Because a lot of people are saying that they're going to cause a huge loss to the government exchequer, and some analysts have predicted that it could amount to somewhere around 1 lakh crore rupees as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is to every different economic policy watcher's opinion. The cons can be that it can lead to losses to the state exchequer. But my pushback to that is, then so many government policies that don't bring any return are also losses to the state exchequer. So many social welfare schemes that are not giving returns are also losses to the state exchequer. Multiple terms pensions to so many MPs are losses to the state exchequer. So many ex-vice presidents, so many ex-senior ministers having houses are also losses to the state exchequer. So I think if you really are serious about losses to the state exchequer, those issues need to be sorted out first. And I'll also, assert that this leads to saying that in some ways this is all about your movement on the Laffer curve, right? Laffer curve is a theory that says that there is an optimum level of taxation and revenue. So there is a tax rate at which people will pay the optimum amount of taxes, and if you keep increasing it beyond that, your tax returns will reduce for the state exchequer themselves, because people will start evading, people will start moving to different destinations. So I think the way I would look at this as is, it's a movement leftward and upward along the Laffer curve. People who can sketch it in the mind or look at it, Google will understand what I'm saying. Is what basically it will do is, because the compliance burden has been eased, it will actually lead to more economic activity, which will actually lead to more GST being returned to the government. See, most rates are not zero right now. So, for example, I have to renew my insurance premium, and from 8,000 rupees it goes to 2,000 rupees on my GST savings. Then I automatically have 2,000 rupees more to spend, and I might go and spend it on a restaurant, and that 5% will still accrue to the government. And this is going to happen at the festival season more. So I think GST losses will not accrue to the government. The state exchequer is likely to generate more revenue, and I think the union government has been very prudent with its GST finances. That's why I feel like it could afford to also introduce these reforms.
Excuse me.
So, I mean, long story short, I think the GST reforms were warranted. They were recommended by many people in the economic policy circles also. They were strongly advocated by noted journalists like Shekhar Gupta also. And so I think that this is going to have a lot of positive returns to the economy. The only thing that I feel disappointed about is that it wasn't done earlier. But then again, I don't want to be a forever cynic. Better late than never is my view. So, Jay, back to
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Like there are so many goods that people, like day to day people, would have wanted them to be cheaper, like kids stationery and so many other products which for day to day use people thought that they have to pay so much extra money. Now that's going to be less of a hassle. Even consumer electronics are the prices of consumer electronics are also going down. Like you said, by this reduction, people will think that okay, I wasn't in a position to buy a TV back then, but now I can actually purchase a TV. But that TV is still generating a particular that TV is still under a slab, so that
Yeah,
is still generating some income
for
under
sure.
the GST ambit.
For
So
sure.
I totally understand your
Yeah.
point.
इसमें I just want to add
हाँ.
that मतलब let's speak about this as simply as we can. इससे पिछला जीएसटी रिजीम कंप्लायंस हैवी था, कंप्लायंस बर्डन बहुत हैवी थे. मतलब ये हुआ कि आपको किसी चीज़ की रिफंड मिलनी है, वो डिले होगी, आपकी ड्यूटीज इन्वर्टेड होंगी, इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ विल सफर बिकॉज ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. इट्स सिंपल मैथ. There will be more disputes on rate rationalizations, and when these disputes are occurring, your revenues will underperform. They will underperform for the government for sure. So this will happen in any kind of fiscal framework which is uncertain. Now I don't want to become too jargon heavy. मतलब सरकारी व्यवस्था अगर अनसर्टन है इकोनॉमिक्स को लेके, तो आप जो फाइनेंसेस दोगे आपको उसके रिलेटेड अनसर्टनसीज के कारण लिटिगेशन बर्डन्स बहुत आ जाते हैं. और अगर आपका फोकस ही लिटिगेशन बर्डन में मैनेजमेंट में जा रहा है, तो फिर आप शायद
प्रॉफिट कहाँ कमाओगे?
आपका शायद प्रॉफिट का शेयर एक जीएसटी कंप्लायंस कंसल्टेंट को हायर करने में चला जाए. वो भी तो आपके प्रॉफिट से ही जाएगा पैसा.
और वो बहुत नो वंस चीप, एवरीवनस
हाँ,
एक्सट्रीमली
तो वो अपनी
एक्सपेंसिव.
कंसल्टिंग सर्विसेज के लिए कमाएगा, तो वो आपके पैसे कटेंगे. सो दीज थिंग्स विल बिकम मोर इजी फॉर द एंटरप्रेन्योर, एंड व्हेन द रेवेन्यूज of the entrepreneur will increase, it will automatically largely be invested into generating more employment, because that business will need more hands on deck. तो ये कुछ rocket science नहीं है, ये तो actually simply 12वीं क्लास की मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स है. और मैं ये भी नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि हमारी इकोनॉमी परफेक्ट हो गई है. बहुत सारे रिफॉर्म्स अभी भी हैं जो लाने की ज़रूरत है. लाइक आई थिंक वी कैन यूज़ एन appellate tribunal even for the GST, because again
Absolutely.
this is
That was my next point. I
Yeah.
think एक appellate tribunal की definitely ज़रूरत है GST वाले side पे भी.
हाँ. So GST 80 is something which is required. We've been 8 years into these reforms, and because we have issues arising between our SMEs, our government, our consumers, sometimes between states. So an appellate tribunal needs to be introduced, and you need. I think I'm not a big government. I'm not a big supporter of big government, So I think you can have just one technical member and one judicial member
एंड
and
उसकी
just
उस
smoothen
एपलेट
this process.
ट्राइब्यूनल की अपील भी सीधे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, जैसे एनसीएलएटी के अगर कोई ऑर्डर आया एंड इफ यू आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद दैट ऑर्डर
Then
यू
you go
कैन
straight to the
स्ट्रेट टू
Supreme
सुप्रीम
Court.
कोर्ट.
Yeah.
सो वी कैन
Yeah.
डू समथिंग लाइक दैट फॉर द
Yeah.
जीएसटी ट्राइब्यूनल एज वेल.
Yeah, I mean, then you avoid the whole litigation costs that come from the other dispute resolution mechanisms in the country, which are not performing well. They are not giving good outcomes. You know, like I spoke about construction and real estate. Construction and real estate is a sector that generates so much revenue in the economy. A lot of wealth is stored in construction and real estate. Despite that, real estate disputes are so slow to adjust that they are a real loss on our economy. So that is something that needs to be adjusted. That's something that needs to be well thought out. And again, there are many more reforms required. But उन सब की बात धीरे धीरे और करते रहेंगे. uh, this time right now the government has been prudent to introduce the GST reforms. They've been prudent to do it right before the festive season, ताकि आपका हमारा सबका spending appetite थोड़ा बढ़े और उससे हमारी revenues और incomes भी improve होंगी. So that's I think pretty much the gist of what I'm getting at, right?
Absolutely. What are the we have covered FMCG goods, we have covered luxury goods. There is another very interesting thing that I noticed, that on the sinful goods also they've clamped down heavy, and they have put a lot of these sinful goods, specifically tobacco, under the 40% bracket. So, how is it going to affect companies like ITC, which I feel also will benefit from some of these tax concessions, but with that sinful good category, that is where they'll also take a hit. What is your thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, I also think here sinful goods, though it's not economics as much as it is public morality management, right? So, as a government, you have certain moral duties to your people, and discouraging smoking, discouraging things like gambling. Although people say that maybe our government wasn't discouraging it till recently, the bill was passed.
Huh.
हाँ तो we were talking about sinful goods. Sorry, we had a minor interruption. But so in sinful goods, the idea is to discourage usage, right? So things like tobacco and other which areas which might be morally not right are placed there. But जय मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग ये है कि इन चीज़ों की ना डिमांड इनइलास्टिक होती है. जिसको सिगरेट पीनी है ना वो 20 रुपए की जगह 28 रुपीज़ 40 रुपीज़ में भी पी लेते हैं. So now that people are having those sinful goods, might as well generate some revenue out of it. I feel like that's typically the line of thought in the governments.
Yeah, that's
Because lastly, क्योंकि अल्कोहल तो जीएसटी में आता ही नहीं है, वो तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स अभी भी अपने ही रेवेन्यू रेट्स पे चलाते हैं. और अगर वो अल्कोहल को जीएसटी के एम्बिट में लाने की कोई अटेम्प्ट हो भी तो बहुत अनपॉपुलर होगा, बिकॉज स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स मेजर सोर्स ऑफ रेवेन्यू इज अल्कोहल. So I feel like it's not really that important for the state to actually reduce uh, unhealthy habits, because if that was the case, we would not be encouraging alcohol usage so much, because alcohol is so profitable for the states. So ऐसा भी नहीं है कि sinful goods को ideally discourage करना attempt होता है. Attempt है कि if so many people are smokers, we can price this highly, because typically sinful goods are also the ones which are addictive, and as a result addictive goods are inelastic goods. तो ये मेरा इसमें मोटा मोटी मेरा मानना तो ये है.
नहीं, it basically, in a very brief way, summarizes the recent reforms and the impact that it is going to have. And to give my final thoughts, I would just say that it was something that was necessary, and I feel that a lot of state governments have appreciated this particular move. Number two, it was also a cushioning response to the tariffs that were being hit on Indian businesses by the United States government. Number three, it is going to promote a lot of consumption on the side of the Indian customers. Number four, once consumption is promoted, the GST benefits would also accrue to the government, so that it is secured from the hits that it's going to take from the net exports side. So yeah, that's
Absolutely.
how we're going to conclude the conversation. Thank you so much for tuning in. A small and quick episode on the recent GST reforms. Up tak chappan, the 56 GST Council, which finally led to some.
56 council
This was
meetings
the
and
56th council meeting.
1500 circulars.
1500
Imagine
circulars.
being a
Yeah.
business and you need 1500 circulars to keep up with
Imagine being
the requirement.
a lawyer who's
Yeah.
dealing with all these regulatory
Yeah.
compliances. It's insane.
But and Jay, you also summarized the ending very quick,
Yeah.
and you summarized it very well. So
Thank you
I
so
don't
much.
think I have any concluding thoughts to
Economics
come.
was always my weak point, so today I was a little bit. Well, I was a little extra careful today. So
Yeah, we had a simple discussion
Mm.
about it. Very, I wouldn't say technical, but very
to the point.
detail oriented about say GST. But the idea is that we are not just chasing views here, we are chasing things that are relevant to public discourse, right? And GST reforms are something that we have discussed time and time again, not only in our previous tariff related episode, but even on episodes relating to other parts of efficiencies in India's systems, inefficiencies rather. Or so I think Jay,
Yeah.
we can pause recording.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
joining us. सारे airdrop